To do triangle, whatever way your opponent sets the triangle up, this is going to be this position. So it's not. This is not about like avoidance. Avoidance for a beginner is the simplest avoidance is not allowing one arm to go in when the other arm doesn't. Okay, inside the guard, particularly in the closed guard, but also in a lot of other positions as well. And once again, we're going to talk about like golden rules, and that is one of the golden rules that I learned all the time. Never put one arm inside the guard, unless of course you're passing this way. Or you're passing using the over-under pass, or any one of a dozen other positions. But other than that, never, right? But essentially in closed guard, it's usually a problem, okay? So this is usually like at beginner level, the guy pulling one in and attaching here. Or when you come up sometimes from sweeps, you're so hungry to get on top that you like jump forward and here and end up getting caught, okay? So that's like at beginner level. Basically, if my opponent's trying to set up a triangle, we're talking about the greens. We're talking about the three phases earlier: green, amber, and red. So at green is awareness that your opponent's trying to set up something, like a triangle, for example, awareness of it, and avoidance of that. Amber is when you're into the setup, but you're not quite finished yet. And red is going to be like red alerts. It's going to be like when you're screwed and you're deep in the triangle, hands out the top. Okay? Make sense? So, it's not about green, we're not going to spend too long on it because it's just posture. So, our usual close guard safety that we've done in another class, another one of these Friday sessions is double collar grip here like this, thumb facing forward, and our elbow open here like this, okay? Hand on the pants making a grip and elbow inside here, okay? Not elbow outside and outside, like this, elbow inside. And my position is good and strong, good tight neck, okay? And this hand to protect my collar from getting pulled forward. All right? Everybody remembers this from a different class, yes? So this controls his hips a little bit. When he opens his guard, my elbow can open it for me and I can start to come up with my knee. And my hand here does a couple of things. Stops him from sitting up. Stops him from getting good cross-collar grip with this hand. So even if he gets the collar grip here, it's difficult for him to kind of see he has to open his guards, can come up, and I can use it to defend a little bit as well. I'm getting it? And it also keeps me up. So even if he does get a good solid grip on my neck here and he tries to pull me down, this acts as a frame or a post. And if I take that hand away and he pulls me down, it's very hard for me to stay, okay? So if we think about the triangle in that context, or triangle defense in that context, if this arm for some reason gets it caught outside and he goes to triangle here, and I get crushed down, I've lost that. I've lost all that posture. But if this arm goes outside and my head stays up, go for it. See, it's quite difficult for you to try. So our first line of defense is posture. That means if we get stuck in a triangle before it's locked down, before our head starts to get pulled down, here's what we're going to do. So from here, I'll manage to push my hand outside, go for triangle here like this. If I immediately get my head up and posture hard, I'm going to be able to get good position. We're going to do something with that. Actually, we're not just going to pop our head up any old way. We're going to show you a good posture, good method of posturing that's going to lead to our second escape, okay? So, from here, I've lost my base, I've lost my posture, my hand has gone outside for whatever setup he wants. And from here now, I need to get my head up. What I'm going to do is cross over to and grab his pants on the far side like this here, okay? And you can connect your hands. Some people say connect your hands, but the problem with connecting your hands is the grip is usually on the outside here like this, which is what he wants, you see? So if I can block my opponent's hip on this side to stop him from shifting his hips out that way, that's really good. That's good work for me. So when I connect here, I'm going to keep my elbow across here like this. So lock a triangle there over my back. And usually at this stage, it's not quite into the triangle. He's usually just got his legs crossed. Okay? From here now, I'm going to connect my hand here like this now on top of the hand that I have gripped. I'm going to step forwards and then bring my head up. So if I try when I'm leaning forwards like this to try and reverse now and bring my head up, it's very hard. It's the muscles of my back. So I'm going to walk forward on my knees until I can straighten my arm. And then I'm going to look at the sky. And you want to look like you're kind of praying here a little bit at this stage. You'll note that my arm is on the outside because if I leave my arm on the inside here like this, I'm susceptible to armbar, quick armbar here. Okay? So my elbow's on the outside. I'm not susceptible to that here. As soon as I feel that there's a little bit of space, depending on what your opponent does, sometimes you can like almost past the guard from this position. But from here today, all we're going to do is bring our hand to our heart, wipe inside, and get back into safety. And so we're going to focus on safety. We're not going to focus on anything else. This is our first move. We're going to spend too long on this one. So you're going to have your opponent take the triangle, but just cross his legs. He's not into the triangle at this stage. So this is probably even a little bit beyond awareness, you know. So I'm going to make a hip grip here, elbow on across his hip so that it's the outside of his legs. You cannot let him shift like his hips over this direction because that will bring your elbow across your face. So you're going to block his hips with this one here, okay? The other side is going to be just connect with your hands here like this. Now don't pop up, rise up here like this. You can do that if he's lighter, but you can't rely on that. So instead walk forwards with your knees and then stick your head up and your neck up and your shoulders up really well. Connecting your shoulders together. Again, elbows on the outside, wipe against your heart, and just come back inside. All good? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so like a little bit more complex then is when he begins to like really like lock up the triangle, but I'm not quite in danger yet because I've still got this good hand position, okay? So when we do this one, I either need to get this hand position here, okay, like across the elbow, across blocking the hip, afterwards, or I've already had it. So in other words, I've started to defend the triangle early, but he's still been able to attack, okay? So if I got it already, I'm here, and I'm going to begin this position now. Okay, from here, but you can see he's much deeper now. This is not early defense anymore. Or I already got caught here, but I managed to fight my hand back across and get to here. So I'm not near tapping yet, but like I'm in trouble if he can get this position. Okay, so now I've got a posture. It's too hard, okay? It's too heavy on me. Usually right now they're going to reach up and start grabbing your head. Here, no, not yet. Yeah, we'll go for that position in a second. So you reach up and start grabbing my head, like here. I'm in trouble because I can't get my head up and I can't posture. So I'm going to show a couple of tricks for getting the posture now. I try and get my head back up and beginning the escape. So this one now has a new job. Instead of going here and supporting my other hand, I'm going to bring it behind his butt and I'm going to grab his pants like at his rear jeans pocket, okay? You guys don't need to move. I'll move around in a second, guys. Be okay. So I'm going to grab like his rear pants pocket here, okay? Like where Al sticks his wallet, but Al hasn't brought his wallet out in a long time. So from here, I'm again trying to get my head up, but from here, I want to start to get my head up, but I'm going to use my chin, right tuck to my shoulder here like this to give my head a little support. And from here, what I need to do is stop him from moving around to either grab my leg on the other side, on this side. So if he grabs my leg on this side, I'm really in trouble. Okay? Okay, and equally, if he's just able to like shift his hips across this way, I'm really in trouble too. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure that when I go to kind of stand up now, I'm not going to stand up with this leg first. If I do that, I give him what he wants, okay? So that's the free hand side. So for a little memory aid here, the hand you're grabbing the pants with, the back pocket of the pants with, don't step up on that leg, okay? Instead, step up here. Okay, like this. It's going to do two things. You can see already that I'm getting a bit more posture here. Starting to get up, right? So it's going to do two things. The first thing is, obviously, it's starting to raise my head, which is what I want. And the second thing is, it's blocking his hip, which is what we want, okay? You good for that? Okay. So from here, he's going to start pulling my head down. But what Al's going to notice is that my chin tucked to my shoulder here is actually making life a bit difficult for him to do that. So at this stage now, I'm going to start to twist just a little. This is going to be important for our next escape, but I'm going to twist just a little as though I want to put my knee on his chest. And from here now, there's my additional hand, just for safety. Okay, so again, we're not focusing on doing anything else, but just getting out of the triangle, getting into good position. Okay? Let's get a small note as we do this one. Don't go like frying pan into the fire. We spoke about the armbar earlier. So I connect to the back pocket here. Start to step up with my foot, where my elbow, the foot of the arm that's caught. Start to twist. But if I just go like this now and can forget about it, this is omoplata. Okay. Someone was watching that inside. So like frying pan into fire, you know? And as you go up the levels, people are better and better at transitioning into new submissions. So if you keep your elbow across here like this, okay, you're not going to get omoplated. Well, that's not true. If you freeze your arm, you're going to get omoplated. So what we have to do is very, very quickly turn back and square back up with him when we're doing this, okay? So don't be greedy and think about passing. Just get back to your safety. You were in a bad position, so get back to safety. Okay. So triangle again. More danger here. Okay. Reach back. Grab his jeans pocket, his pants pocket. Shrug your shoulder inside. Keep your elbow on the outside. Step up. Start to get your posture by supporting your head on your own shoulder. Up as far as you can until there's a window here. Inside. Don't turn. Keep turning. Reverse. Come back. Okay, this is like our amber. All good? Yes. Using the jeans pocket to pick his hips up, okay? To get some height. Once you get the height, it's better than stacking. Okay? All good? 3, 2, 1. Go into like the red alert position. This is the one you'll do. This is the one you don't want to like rely on. Okay? It's pretty effective in as much as being caught in. I'll explain my theory on defense, right? So, right, I've the green, red, amber. I've said this before. When anybody ever asks me about submission defense, they turn around and they say, Barry, my arm's in here, the guy's got the triangle on me, I'm about to tap it, what do I do? And I'm like, okay, great, wow, what a brilliant question, thanks very much for asking, that's wonderful. But you walk up to a football coach and say, listen, goalkeeper's just been dribbled around, the guy's about to tap the ball in, how do I defend that? Right? How do I defend that? Yeah, if we get a sniper up on the roof of the stadium, maybe, right, you might get out. So this is last ditch, it doesn't work all the time. And you shouldn't rely on it. You should rely on your green more often, amber less often, this once in a blue moon. But it is pretty effective escape when done right. Okay? This guy's got a good triangle, he already has you locked in. Very difficult to not get out of there without tapping. Alright? But this is one of the best ways I know. Okay? So at this stage, I've lost everything. Please don't screw so I can talk, right? But, okay. At this stage, I'm like 2 seconds away from tapping, okay? So if Al holds this for a concerted period of time, I'm done. Now, assuming, just listen up for a second, assuming I have like a couple of seconds, I can try to execute this, okay? Very similar angle to the way we're going to go, so I'm still going to try and twist the same way as we did with my leg, but at this stage, my head is squashed down, my head is smashed down. If I try and bring my knee up, I'm just going to have to tap. So from here, all I'm going to do is try and root my hand back in and get my thumb inside here like this. I can use my other hand to help me. So as he does it, as he gets tight, I can pull the knee back and get here. Maybe you still hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. At this stage, look, my hand can even be across here in a super bad position, but my thumb inside here is going to give me this fraction of a second. I can lock the triangle up now. Here. Probably, I'm going to have to tap it. Okay, even if I have this. But there's one last ditch thing I can do. I'll get my thumb inside here, go. And from here, I'm going to go Superman. I'm going to bring my hand all the way out. I'm going to bring my feet 90 degrees to him. I'm going to throw myself at the mat. Okay, I'm literally going to jump on the mat 90 degrees to my opponent. Okay? Usually they don't like let go immediately. They're still going to try and squeeze, but you're going to create a little space to survive. So, he's in, he's almost 100%. Open it, get my thumb inside the knee, get my elbow across his belly, which is way, even if he has it like here, sorry. From here, I put my hand way behind me, I turn my feet out this direction. Already, I can feel that that's coming across. My hips are doing the job that my knee was doing in the earlier escape, and I'm going to throw myself at the mat. Of course, now, omoplata is possible. You can start grabbing and attack my arm, but I'm going to be quick. Try and get my hand back inside and come back up. When we do this, guys, you're going to fire yourself at the mat. It's not slow. You have to turn and twist. Fire your legs out towards like his ears. This was doing the same job that we were doing in the last escape, but like at a much faster pace. Okay, so almost finished. Get your thumb inside. I'm nearly tapping here, even just from the pressure.
Turn, hand goes behind you, feet go behind you here.
Throw yourself at the mat, put your hand up, and come back here. How often, if people always ask me what it is, percentage-wise, I think in terms of like a last ditch escape, this is actually probably the highest percent. I couldn't put a number on it, but I did this competition once. I can tell you that much, and I can tell you I was about to pass out. I can tell you I was seeing the little TV screen getting smaller and smaller, and I went, okay, here we go. It's this or wake up in 5 seconds. So, it worked. It was effective in that, but I was pretty tiring. But in terms of like training and stuff like that, yeah, probably the most effective last ditch one. Okay, that I've done. All good? Let's have a go. 3, 2, 1.